guys, so today we'll be looking at AP carry Cassiopeia. This is in combination with Teemo. Other possibilities would be Twitch or any other poison champion like Singed. Singed is actually also a really good choice. As you can see in the screen now and on the previous shot, you can see my masteries and my rune pages. I advise 25 points in your mastery page in damage and only 5 in defense, as you're wanting to burst them down as fast as possible. And in combination with Teemo, you're expecting not to take that much damage yourself. In the loading screen, we thought Jax was going to be a large problem, which he was early game. However, late game, Veigar literally two-shot me, Vel'Koz and Teemo due to his ult building upon our AP base, and I think in the end I got around 1160 AP, which obviously meant that his ults would practically one-shot. As you can see on the screen now, this is what I build. The tier is actually what you want to rush as fast as possible, and yeah, I quickly linked my YouTube channel to get some more views, of course, to get a larger fan base. So the idea with AP carry Cassiopeia is that Teemo blinds, he does some auto attacks, and by then you've already placed your Q, your poison pool, which is your W, and you're literally spamming your E. The reason why it's advised to do it in combination with a poison champ is in order to get that E cooldown reset every single time. Every time you use your E on a poison champ, it gives you a global cooldown instead of your 4-second cooldown, or depending on your cooldown reduction, it might be a little bit more. Taric is of course dangerous for us on the bottom lane, as he can stun us, and he actually gives Twitch a lot of sustain. This was, by the way, recorded in a ranked match. We thought it was dropped mode until we looked at the end of the match and we found out we got some LP from the match, which was a pleasant surprise. As you see, you can already do a little bit of poking to Twitch. It's not really worth wasting your mana actually on it, because Taric will just use his mana to then of course heal, which he actually in this case doesn't do, but Twitch uses his health pot, which also brings him back to full health. Me and Teemo were sharing the CS a little bit. It's important that Teemo has the mastery page, which allows him to get gold for every CS I take. He gets 2 gold, despite not having the jungler item, the support item, the coin, which of course has the same effect. In this video, I am building as Cassiopeia. I'm building AP carry. Teemo is supposed to be a bit more supporty type champion, even though later in the game he becomes an absolute beast. Here, as you can see, Twitch suddenly, out of nowhere, goes invisible, and Taric will start attacking us in a minute. Here, now, this should have been a warning for us to get out as fast as possible. I was the one that got stunned. Darrells, shout out to him by the way, he's my mate. He walked towards the turret before starting to run away, flashed while still in their range, meaning that he turned out to be first blood, which was a bit of a shame. We could have tried and avoided it, but nevertheless, it means that I now have to care because they're with 2, and if Taric gets off a good stun, then it's very dangerous for myself. As a general build for Cassiopeia, you want to get the mana item, the Embrace, the Saphiric Embrace, if that's how you pronounce it, rather than getting the Chalice and that item which gives the immense mana regen, because you generally want a larger mana pool so that you can do 1 or 2 bursts, and the Saphiric Embrace actually does give some mana regen, which is of course also appreciated. So early game, myself and Teemo actually have a really bad start. We give them 3 kills, I believe, before we start getting some kills ourselves, as you will see later on in this video. As you might have noticed, I'm not cutting out huge parts like these, like I did in most of my other videos, or actually my last video, because I do want you guys to see everything which I'm doing, how I'm farming, because as you see here, I'm farming with my E. I rarely place my W in order to farm, as it's very mana intensive, and for some reason when I place my Q, I do regain my mana back very quickly, as you can see in this video. Whilst if I place my W, I don't regain my mana. You'll actually see in one of my next team fights that instead of using my ult, I click on the recall button. It seems really slow now, this video section. This is actually at regular speed of the video. It just seems to be a lot slower because we've just been through a section where I was more focused. Here, I did not realize how much damage this Twitch was doing. He's missing because of Teemo. I didn't realize. Taric doesn't stand on the mushroom, which would have resulted in a kill. And then Teemo actually ends up dying to Jax. Which of course also makes Jax a little bit more fed, as you can see at the top of my screen now. I decided to buy the AP over the armor because I am a burst champion and I really do want to burst them down as fast as possible. As you can see, the team score is 1-4, which obviously isn't a very good start to a match. It's not where you want to be at 10 minutes in, and that's not as nice as it could be. However, on the other hand, I did have more ability power, more CS than Twitch, and Teemo had about half his farm, which was also of course very nice because it meant that we could both, we both had a bit more gold, despite the kills, taking away the gold, sorry, not despite the kills, he did have more gold in total, but we got more gold from the CS. And 12 CS is calculated to be 1 kill. So if you're maybe 3 kills behind, as long as you have 36 CS more, which seems like a lot, but it's very possible, then you're still at the same amount of gold as each other. Here next up, we split apart a bit, which isn't good. You want to try and stay close to each other. They split apart, as you can see here. He's got no idea what to do. He goes invisible. We look on the minimap, Taric's coming back, they don't see Pantheon coming from top. I got the kill on Taric. We both attacked Twitch. I miss my Q, which is a shame because that might have resulted in a kill. He flashes out and he survives the fight. Which is one of the perks of this combo, is actually to try and poison them to the extent where the poisons are so durable that even if they start running away with about 100-200 health left over, they die. I started recalling, just noticed on time I flashed, which was a mistake. He ran back into my poisons, but I had no mana to keep on poking him, nor did he chase far enough to walk over the mushroom of Teemo. I recall, and I'm off to buy even more ability power, because as you already saw, I do deal a lot of damage. Despite me doing a lot of damage to minions with my Q, I upgrade my E first, because I want to have that burst damage, and I upgrade my W next. Why is this? Well, it's also because I believe it increases the range on that it spreads, the cloud spreads, and the Q therefore also remains at no mana cost, allowing me to poke a lot of it. Yeah, I didn't realize I had my ult up, which is a shame because I probably could have gotten a double kill from him having attacked me. At this point, Teemo was screaming in my ear, but to be fair, I did deserve it. I could have had a second kill there. It was a shame. Nevertheless, I'm now 2 for 2. Teemo turned out to go for 0-3-4 early game, which is of course a terrible start. However, later on in the video you will notice, that he gets a double kill, which actually brings him back onto speed very quickly, which is nice for him. I quickly sped up through the farming because obviously that's not as important, and to be honest, it's not very impressive. I mean, last video I got 116 CS in 16 minutes, and now I've only got 65. I get the double kill, as you saw on that kill on Veigar. It's actually the poisons which killed him, giving me a shutdown, which gave me an immense amount of gold. So much gold, in fact, that I can't spend 250 of it because I have just spare, which is a bit of a shame. If I had either a bit more or a bit less, it would be more satisfactory for myself. However, nevertheless, any gold is always accepted. For the boots, you see I got the cooldown reduction boots. Now, this is a very debated topic for myself and my friends actually, because I believe that the cooldown reduction boots are nice up until 500 CS, where I believe I get my 25% cooldown reduction. And you will actually see later on in the video, I do sell my cooldown reduction boots for the magic resist boots to counter Veigar, because Veigar just turns out to go absolutely nuts on us. At this point, we're being attacked by 4 people bot lane: Veigar, Misfortune, Twitch and Taric. However, they start face planting Teemo's mushrooms, which he nicely set up everywhere, allowing them to get scared and instead go for Dragon. Teemo wanted to run down bot lane. That would not have been a good idea because they're here with 4 people. I mess up here. I should have done my ults when they were all facing. I still got a kill on Taric though, and I survive, which is of course double perks. But wait, never mind. Veigar's ult uses my own ability power against myself, which is of course a bit of a shame. Luckily, because in the time that I was dead, I was able to get my Zhonya's, even though I was very disappointed because during the game, multiple times, when I was stunned by Veigar's AoE stun, it didn't pop, it wouldn't work, and I have no idea if this is new. I still need to do a bit of research on that, but it just meant that he got a full free burst damage. As you will see later on in my videos, it took ridiculously short time for him to kill me, it just felt really unfair, because I could have avoided a couple of deaths if I would have popped my Zhonya's in time. I'm sorry, I did not buy my Zhonya's yet. I only bought the armor item, which gives me almost 100 armor to counter Twitch. Sorry, this comes later. Here, as you see, Veigar almost kills me. Kills Teemo, I mean. Teemo is able to flash in, as Veigar has no more cooldowns left. Taric's going in, out of nowhere, Pantheon. Teemo gets a double kill, which then puts him back onto place with the rest of the team. At this point, I'm 6 for 4 for 4, which, despite it not being a very good score, it does mean that I've been part of 2/3 of the kills of our team, and only part of about also 1/3, which is quite nice because it means that, despite me dying a lot, it does mean that I've been very active. It's very important because Teemo actually was building up to the Ruby Sightstone, meaning that, as you can see, River is warded and the cross brush is warded, meaning that I can ward the pathway, the cross pathway up there. Twitch here is very lucky that he didn't get stunned, because otherwise he would have had a lot less health. Sorry, that made no sense at all. I meant to say we would have lost less health if he would have been stunned. He almost got a kill. Luckily, for him, he got away. Not so much for us. I'm about to do the biggest fail I have ever done as Cassiopeia. I fail flash so hard. I flash before the stun goes off, allowing him to get a kill, except when Teemo luckily cleaned up. I started building my Rabadon now, or just at least the needlessly large rod. Sorry, for my Zhonya's. What am I saying? For my Zhonya's, to now start to be able to counter their immense burst, because most of them actually are burst champions. Twitch with his ults able to burst from high distance. Taric is able to CC, while Veigar is one of the largest burst champions in-game. Furthermore, they have Jax, which obviously also has a lot of stun and burst, so it was a really good pick against him. Taric there used a lot of his CDs to kill Teemo, which is fine because as Taric, he'll go tanky, but one of the nice things as Cassiopeia is that tanks don't matter too much. As long as you get your Void Staff quite early on in the game, which you will see me build later on, you will notice that it really doesn't matter too much. You're equal to 400 damage on global cooldown, meaning it's 400 damage per auto attack, basically, which costs a bit of mana. But because of my build, I actually am able to burst through my mana, no problem. I mean burst with my mana, no problem. There's 2 people chasing me. I underestimated the damage of Veigar. I'm able to take down Misfortune. However, then Veigar just uses his Falling Star ability, or whatever it's called, to burst us down. However, they do leave after this after they've noticed that Teemo is warded around here. They don't want to lose more health. They come back. They didn't realize Vel'Koz is coming from the side. Shyvana's coming from mid lane. Pantheon's on his way from base, and we're able to get a couple of kills here, and then we'll come back for Drake in a minute. After we got a double, well actually Vel'Koz got a double, They try and chase a little bit, trying to get that Twitch maybe on bot lane. They managed to get Twitch on bot lane, and now we're coming in for Drake. And remember guys, Drake is so important in the new patch. I mean, we're 24 minutes in, we don't have any Drake. That's really bad. I mean, the first Drake gives you 6 or 8% extra AP and 80, which is always nice. Next you do extra damage to minions, I believe it's, if I'm right, or maybe it's the movement speed next. Anyway, it just gives you these little buffs, and it's a really nice new thing added to the game. Here we get some poke on the tower. Cassiopeia actually deals really nice damage to towers because she has so much AP, and we're 25 minutes in. I get a kill on Misfortune because I can ignite her and she walks through my cloud, which obviously also has been upgraded quite nicely. I didn't actually, even though I said so, I do that earlier in this video. I didn't upgrade my W as fast because I actually managed to finish my Spirit Embrace quite quickly. I was able to upgrade my Q as it does deal a nice amount of burst, and the Noxus Cloud does require them to stand in it, and I realized there weren't as many team fights as in a regular game. At least I felt there weren't as many team fights, so I thought, you know what, I'll go for the poke damage rather than the cloud. You can feel free to use your Q and your E combos to do a lot of farming, and if Misfortune failed, she attacked the Ravens, forgot how much damage they do, and Teemo therefore still got the kill. Here, look at the blue buff, just his health disappeared. I mean, Pantheon does a little jump, but it's ridiculous. Loco sadly dies. This is shutdown, which is really quite bad. However, Pantheon stuns. I miss my Q, however, I get my W, and then W is longer lasting, and I get a flash kill. I had to flash for it, but any flash where you get a kill without dying yourself is worth it in my book. I'm 30 for 23, which is, well, I mean, the team's 30 for 23, which isn't too bad. It's better than the 1 for 4, which were earlier games. That's nice that we were able to turn this. I'm 9 for 7, which obviously is 1/3 of the team kills, 1/3 of the team deaths. However, I was part of a solid half of the team kills, which obviously makes me quite a nice adding to the team. I tried to steal the Skull Crab. I almost get it. Then I try and bait them a bit because I see my team building up. Teemo, I ask him to come to their side. I'm able to do a lot of damage to that Taric before he realizes it. I'm able to take away half his health, otherwise he might have stayed a bit longer and caused some issues. Teemo, by the way, went back bots. He's pushing bots, which is always nice. Split pusher is always nice, as long as the team isn't dying. If you're split pushing, but your entire team keeps on dying, then maybe you should rethink your tactics a little bit to the extent that maybe you shouldn't be split pushing. One of the new things about Cassiopeia, or I'm not sure if it's new, but I haven't seen that before, was that at 250 stacks, your E starts to heal you with every hit. Therefore, it's very viable that you get your get spellbound as Cassiopeia, because it means that you can heal for about 100 per E, which means you're healing for about 1/4 of all the damage you're dealing to them. You're healing back to yourself, which gives you a little bit of sustain during the game, during team fights, which is also nice. You can see now we're at 31 minutes in, we're doing really good team-wise. You see you've got the Wingman's top lane. Bot lane's already really pushed, they've got only their inhibitor tower left. For the rest, I mean, it's looking good. Here, look at the damage, look at that damage on Taric. He can't out-heal it. I'm still perplexed how Teemo got the double kill. I mean, fair play to him. I was positive ratio anyway. He needed the kills more, so that was fine. I do a little bit of poke damage on Misfortune. Vel'Koz then goes in for the kill from the side, which is unexpected for them. At this point, you guys are like, okay, 32 minutes, this is GG, this is easy. Until we started throwing a little bit, they started dealing damage, we started getting killed under tower, Shyvana was lagging, and it just, from this point on, it didn't go that great. I mean, I started getting suddenly a lot more kills because my build was starting to get cooler. However, one of the mistakes, as you can see here, is I've got no magic resist in my runes. I've got over 100 armor, but no magic resist, which is really, really bad because it means that basically everyone can kill me. I see Jax, I start bursting, and missed my Q and my W combo, and I couldn't refresh my E. And then Misfortune from behind, Taric healed Misfortune, assist there, and Jax was able to immediately take me out, which was a shame because I could have avoided that and I could have at least got a kill. Putting me on 10-9-8 with 142 CS, 142 CS, yeah, it's decent. It should be a lot more though, but never mind. As you see, I got a little bit upset in my chat because I popped my Sonya's, except for it didn't work, and I don't know why it's not working when I get stunned. Maybe it's something new that you can't be stunned. Like I said, I have to do some research. Yeah, and Theon almost got away. Then tries, becomes a bit greedy. Look at the damage, look at that burst on Veigar. Look at that burst, here you go. I'm zooming in. It took him 0.39 seconds. Less than half a second to kill me. That burst, that ultimate 1212 damage in a split second. I mean, it put me on 10 for 10 for 8. I guess I'm still roughly half of the team kills. I mean, being part of half of the team kills, which is nice and all, but it also means that I'm a third of the team deaths, which you're really trying not to die as much. This Twitch actually had a very interesting technique I just saw just a second ago, where he flashes over Vel'Koz's Q, meaning that it doesn't get slowed and allowing him to get a free play on that Cassiopeia. I mean on that Vel'Koz, which as you see it doesn't put those dots on Vel'Koz, or on Twitch. Wow, I can't speak, on Twitch, which of course isn't that useful. I hit my 500 stacks, I placed a ward behind me, I wasn't sure if I was going to get ganked from behind. Taric, I think, realized either I'm meant to get ganked or it's not worth trying to get the kill, and if he does deal incredible damage, I don't want to do this. I'm at 150 farm, was at 150 farm, 11, 10, 8, so it's decent. I'm carrying my own weight, but this isn't really the KDA that you want to be at. I mean, you want to be at the KDA, not KDR. I mean, sorry, you want to be at the KDR, not the KDA, because the KDR is kill death ratio, at which I'm practically 1.1 to be exact. KDA is what you should be looking at as a support, where you're looking at also the assists. Here you see Teemo and myself trying to come in from behind. We're not sure what's exactly happening. I don't know what Jax was doing, he must have not seen us. We bursted him back incredibly fast. Boom, Twitch, no chance. Misfortune gets owned by Vel'Koz, absolutely owned. And then Taric gets away. At this point we start pushing again. They've only got the inhibitor towers left, and we've got so many towers, especially top lane. We've got all my towers in crisp shape, and I don't know why this game took so long. It took us in total, I think, 55 minutes or something. It took us almost an hour. It was a ridiculous long game. And like I said, usually I might have a lot better ratio of my kills to deaths. I might actually upload a new video. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this entire video for my next video. I mean, as the video which I'm going to release for Cassiopeia. However, I might put this up for the time being. Look at the damage that Teemo is dealing to that Misfortune. She's half dead by the time she reaches him. I can come meet him halfway. 3 people boss. I've got my ult up. I've got Teemo behind me. They see us. I miss my Q and my W, putting us in a dangerous situation. We have really big fog of war. Teemo gets stunned, meaning we can't do anything. I get Jax, but Taric gets the kill with his E, which is a stun. Which is nice, because if Twitch would have gotten it, he would have been so much more better. I think Taric in the end got quite a few kills, at least a lot more than he should have been getting, which was nice because Fed Twitch is really a pain in the buttocks. They start chasing Shyvana. I'm 13 for 11, sorry, for 9. So I'm, like I said, I'm doing decent, and I guess I'm carrying my own weight. I'm positive KDA, which is important. Objectives is more important than kills to deaths. But let's be fair, if you're 2 for 10, then you're just feeding so much that your team would rather have you AFK than trying to fulfill that split push. I was thinking of buying an elixir. I decided to wait with my money and go for the Rabadon instead. Because, I mean, Rabadon does obviously give me an extra 25% AP, which is very much appreciated over the 25 AP that the Elixir gives. Bethleo, myself, and Teemo. Teemo did get the Elixir, as you can see from the clap, but we come in from the side. My E just kills him because Teemo got stunned, which was nice because it gave me another kill. However, here you see that I'm already quite fed. I only need another 500 coins for my Rabadon death cap, and we can do some pushing. It's really dangerous here. Look at that burst. I had no chance. My Sonya didn't pop. Here, I checked if it was anything that it said where you can't use it, like stuns. Like Jackson said he couldn't hear it. It took 14 seconds because I had taken damage before, but the burst was incredible. It was really upsetting. Teemo sees his opportunity, grabs his opportunity to just give those minions a bit of a split push. Encounters Misfortune, dies to a Misfortune. However, then Pantheon avenges him. Vel'Koz gets owned. Shyvana really tanky, can't do anything. Sadly, there were no mushrooms, otherwise that would be so many kills there for Teemo. And I only need 200 more gold, sorry, 150 more gold for my Rabadon. Here, I messed this up a bit. You see the burst, I stay standing, I get a double kill, which is nice, but look at the burst, 0.28 seconds, a third of a second. That's how fast your reaction time needs to be. Like, if you're working on a potato on a computer, or your internet connection is bad, you just cannot keep up with this. You also need to train your reflexes, and you really need to be able to play against them. As Vel'Koz, I mean, Vel'Koz does not have this burst in 80 champions, obviously. Here, look at my AP, I have 1,161 AP. I mean, this Vel'Koz is just using all my own AP against me. 180 CS, which is nice because it equals up to about 14 kills, roughly translated, and then of course I have 17 kills now. Sadly, Pantheon did get bursted. When Veigar does not have his ult, he's quite weak, as in he won't be able to kill you in those split seconds. However, you do still have to care for him. Yeah, they don't see Vel'Koz. I blind, I still get stunned though. I flash out, get the kill. I notice there's way too many. I don't have my ult. I get stunned and I get killed. However, I did get a kill, so that was nice. And I was on a killing spree, so that was also nice. Now that I'm full build to the extent where I want to be at, you see my full AP, you see I've got 152 armor, 109 magic resist, so I'm not tanky, but I can resist a little bit. Other than that, Veigar just owns me way too hard. Here's a little bit of a noob team fight. I see it's not great. We get some kills though. Jax gets that kill. I get this kill on Taric, I believe. Yeah, I get the kill on Taric, and we're trying to find the rest. We double ward. Yeah, that kill, I died, sorry, I think I picked that out by accident. It took me 0.40 seconds to get killed. I mean, look at the damage in this time. I mean, that's ridiculous amount of damage over time. Here I told them to focus Veigar, because if Veigar gets stunned, I can do the rest of the work. I mean, I can almost solo that team. As long as someone's tanking the damage, for the rest I can do almost all the dirty work with my resetting cooldown on that E. However, that Veigar just is owning me so hard. We get aced here. Look at the cooldowns before we come back up. We've got 77 seconds before we're up. And they're all up. They've got, okay, no, they're not all up. Almost all of them are up. Luckily they didn't use it to their advantage. They only pushed the tower and the inhibitor, meaning that we actually survived that round. They could have finished if they would have all rushed. They don't. Their mistake. Teemo gets owned by Taric. Taric actually deals a lot of damage. Like, you have to keep in mind he deals a lot of damage. I flashed to try and save him. End up getting the kill, which was nice, but I mean, to be fair, I would have rather saved him. As you just saw, we got the movement speed as third. Here, I'm now yelling at 51 minutes in. Guys, let's try and finish. This is taking too long. We're starting to get back with a bad KDA. This isn't where we want to be going. Yeah. Veigar is going actually relatively tanky, meaning that we can't take him as fast anymore. It really requires him to get stunned. Yeah, I finally get the shield off. We finally get a shutdown on him, which would have felt so good. And here, look at the damage. Look on that tanky Jax, and I can kill him under tower, no problemo. My E is dealing over 1,000 damage. My auto attacks are dealing 314 damage to the turrets. To be fair, I have the potion, the elixir, of Ruin, which does increase the damage I deal to turrets by 15%. Again, I cut out a bit too fast after my kill, after I die, but it's not that interesting. It's more a bit about the objectives and the playstyle, and you see how I'm farming here. Pantheon, thank goodness for that Guardian Angel. We're able to all stack them and deal immense damage. That Veigar burst over the wall. I don't know if you saw it. Over the wall, he kills us instantly. Instantly, because of my huge amount of AP. I have less AP now because I decided to get the Riley's Crystal instead of my Zonya, because my Zonya wasn't popping when I wanted it to pop. Like this Veigar just had it pop. But now I'm telling them, really guys, we have to rush. I mean, there's 2 of them, none of them are up. Our tank there is low health, so what are they going to do? They decide to wait for the minions instead of tanking the turret, which meant that we could have probably finished if they wouldn't. However, maybe Shyvana would have taken too much damage, which also would have been bad. They decide to stay, which is bad because it means that Vel'Koz ends up dying due to his lack of mobility. Shyvana ults out, survives. I forgot to buy my elixir, so I have to go back to base, get my elixir, and off I go with my home guard. I usually get home guards just because I don't think that electricity is such a good option, where you get 20% extra movement speed. I mean, it's nice for chasing down people, but honestly I'd rather have home guards, quickly get off the base, quickly back into lane, rather than that increased general movement speed, which on the long term is more beneficial. However, you tend to recall or die so often that you tend to not use that as often. I mean, the electricity is not as powerful. We wanted to backdoor as a team. That sort of worked, but not. It meant that our minions could push from behind, no worries. However, we needed to recall back a bit because we didn't have Vel'Koz and Shyvana went off on our own route. Here you see that we started to do. I played the rest in regular speed, as I want you guys to see this. 514 damage to an inhibitor as an AP champion. That's immense damage. Absolutely crazy. Here, Miss Fortune ults. It's a fail ult because she was trying to kill the minions and she doesn't get all the minions. She barely hits any of us, meaning that one of their ult is down and we're really waiting. You see us all waiting just for that Veigar to show some booty so we can kick it and finish, because once that Veigar is dead, once that MF is dead, once that Twitch is dead, then it's GG for us. Then we've won. He ults on Teemo. Teemo doesn't die. Miss Fortune dies. We now have a large advantage on them because most of us still have our ults. All of us, in fact, have our ults, and they can't do anything. I stood way too far out during this team fight. Look, 3 people around me. I should have moved back. I do survive though. I believe, yeah, I take the inhibitor. Now they are only 2 against all of us. I don't know why I focused on Taric. I just think it felt more like the right thing to do. They stand in my poisonous cloud, which is nice. It gives me 1 kill. It means I can just keep on going. It gives me 2 kills. Everything. Thanks guys. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. Have a nice day. Tell me in the comments who you want to see next.